Hey guys, it's Miss Smith with a quick video to show you how to evaluate a definite integral on the TI-84. If you don't have your TI-84 at home with you, that's okay. We've posted resources for where you can pull these up for free online now, so that's really great. But a couple things. First of all, you want to make sure you're in radian mode for this class. If you don't see any of these words up here on your, if you have like an older version of the 84, that's fine. Just hit mode and make sure that rad or radian is highlighted. If you've done physics, you may have switched over to degrees, so make sure you're in radian mode. Quit out of that. Okay, so as we move into Unit 11, in this part of the course, we're not as concerned with you showing the actual evaluation of the integral by hand. What I mean by that is you're going to have to show what the integral is. You're going to have to write it down because that will not be given to you. You will have to figure out what integral you will need to figure out the area or volume in a given situation. But once you've figured out what the integral is, you can put it right here on the calculator and it will actually evaluate that for you. So to do that, I'm going to hit math. And there's a whole lot of different things in here, but we are interested in option number 9. You'll notice 8 has something to do with derivatives. It doesn't do like f prime of x for you. All the 84 can do for derivatives is to do like f prime evaluated at x equals 2, which was not really super useful to us. But function number 9 right here is going to be super useful, and you can either scroll down to it, or you can actually, as a shortcut in the 84, just hit the number that goes with that. So I want to hit number 9 to pull up the integrate function. When I do that, if your calculator is up to date, you should see this with the integral sign and everything. If your calculator software is out of date, so if you hit Math 9 and you actually see the words FNINT with an open parenthesis, you want to update your calculator software. You can do it that way. It's called comma separated values. It's really complicated. You can Google it, but if you have a USB cable around the house and you can hook it up to your computer, I would strongly recommend you do that if you have access to that. Just to update it, because this is way easier to use. As you can see, it looks just like we write it. Anyway, as long as you see this on your screen, all you have to do is just give it the limits, give it the integrand and the differential variable here. So I'm going to type, we'll do the integral from 0 to 2 of, let's just say, x squared dx. And there it is, easy peasy. Now, another way to do this is to do it based off of the graph. So let's say that I've been looking at the graph of y equals x squared, right? And I already have it right here. And here's my graph of x squared at a certain window. I'm just going from 0 to like 4 and 0 to 10. If I already have the function entered, let's say I've been using it because I needed to look at the graph, and we will do that a lot actually for area and volume. We'll be looking at the graphs of functions. Rather than retyping it, especially if it's something complicated, obviously I'm doing something super simple here with x squared, but if I had something more complicated and didn't want to retype the whole thing, there's also a shortcut for that. So if I do my math 9 right quick, I can say from 0 to 2, and instead of retyping the function, as long as it's already in memory here as y1, then when I'm on this screen, I can just say that I want to integrate y1 and it will still pull that same function from memory. To do that, I want to pull up the F4 menu, which you'll notice it's a little hard to see in the video, but that's green, right? So that means I need to hit alpha and then trace to pull up a shortcut list of the 10 y equals functions. We might use numbers 1 and 2. We're not going to go anything crazy beyond that. So I have x squared currently in here as y1. So I can hit enter and then come over here to dx. Just hit x, enter, same thing. Okay. Now obviously typing x squared is not hard, but again, if you have graphed something and let's say it's a big polynomial and there's a bunch of terms and negative signs and whatever, and you have that all stored here, you never have to retype it. It's in right here under F4 is where all those y functions are waiting for you to use them elsewhere. Okay, so moral of the story, math 9 for definite integrals moving forward. You will have to write down what the integral is, but again, you're going to be figuring out that based off of graphs and other things. All right. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.